to the punch news.
Beat them to the punch.
Submitted by. I'm sorry.
That even hurt my tip.
I was trying to give a scoop dunk. A quick scoop dunk. Scoop dunk.
They're heavy when they fall, man. Gravity's a bitch.
I'm so sorry. I wouldn't know. I don't know how hard to do it.
That woke me up.
All right, here we go. Submitted by Lloyd from Entourage. A Republican candidate for sheriff preemptively released a photo of himself in blackface.
What? Oh, because he's like, I want to do it before anyone else catches me doing it or something?
That's actually probably a good idea.
Preemptively.
Here's all my dirty laundry.
Isn't it better to just hire like a private investigator and have him bury all that shit?
Like, the truth will set you free. Yeah. Bart? Yeah, no. It's like an 8 Mile at the end. If you haven't seen it yet, turn this off, but then come back. But Eminem, you know, says all of his things that the other guy's gonna say about him, and then the other guy chokes because he doesn't have anything to say.
Because that guy sucked.
Wait, Eminem like the candies?
No, baby.
That's sexy. I
never heard of him.
Oh, he's this dude. He's really good looking.
His name is Rabbit.
Wow, that's new. Is he a new rapper? Is he up and coming?
Got a lot of
He's a has-been.
service.
Oh, he's
Hasn't been around.
She's awake.
He has mom spaghetti on his sweater.
already?
All right, so this Republican sheriff candidate in South Carolina is trying to own up to his mistakes.
Good.
So that's how he actually kicked off his whole campaign with this Facebook video.
Everyone's probably like, fuck, we have nothing on him now.
Yeah. What can you say about him?
Because usually the other campaign's like, did you know that he actually starved children?
Unless people can't forgive him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he ends up saying, I want to tell you at the start of my campaign some things that politicians would try to hide. Things my opponents may try to use to tarnish my integrity. But it kind of didn't work out in his favor.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I mean, that's a hard one.
I'm gonna share, well, I'll tell you why after, but first I'll share with you a little clip of when he talks about, because he ends up saying like he got tickets, he's been divorced and remarried and like all these other things, right? But this part,
He needs a new speechwriter, I think.
I will show you.
I've been divorced, I did blackface, I got tickets.
He actually didn't even call it blackface.
I have a drinking problem, but that's all behind me.
He didn't call it as blackface.
What do you say? I
will show you.
Did a costume.
So.
And about 10 years ago, as a young police officer,
Is that how he talks?
Yeah, South Carolina.
I attended a law enforcement Halloween party dressed as ruthless drug kingpin Big Meech Flannery. Actions hurt our community and country.
Listen to what he's saying though.
That was a different time. Today we understand that type of costume is troubling to many. To those who may be upset, I understand. I value.
Can we go back to his picture?
I'll show you in a second. I just want you guys to hear how he's saying it though.
Okay. So I'm opening my campaign with transparency. That's why you can always count on me to tell you the truth. That's the cornerstone of trust.
How come he looks so tiny in this fucking chair? Look at that chair. Why did he get the biggest chair?
How did he literally
Look at, he looks like a fucking...
It's like he's at the toddler table.
How did he get it to look like that?
The funny thing is, wait, is that his girlfriend?
I don't know who that is, but
It's probably another white person.
no, she really is black.
No, because in the video they didn't blur her face out.
I know, but the photo I have is blurred.
It's blurred out.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, the way his language that he's using makes me be like, you're a schemy politician, because he's not saying, I did blackface, I fucked up, I learned where this is wrong, I'm a better person now.
He's trying to go around it.
These were different times. That's the same excuse Trump used.
Wait, so what do you say? He's a kingpin? He was a drug kingpin for something?
So he's saying that he dressed up as a drug kingpin, but the whole thing here though is, or a notorious drug trafficker. The reason why this, it's not even up anymore. He actually took it down from his Facebook. But the reason why there was so much backlash is because not once did he ever apologize. He never, this is what people are saying, that he didn't even address the racism behind doing that.
Or why it's harmful.
And it just cuts to him holding the baby.
Yeah.
He just says like, I understand why this may be harmful, not saying like, I apologize. And that's the thing that really rubbed people the wrong way. And then, like, this one comment says, if my grandparents knew in the 50s that wasn't a good look, there's no excuse for you not to know in 2009 with all of this vast internet.
Wait, but in the 50s, they didn't know. That's the whole thing, right?
The funny thing is, it looks like a party with a ton of black people there.
I just see one. And
Okay,
it's the girl and she's
for some reason in the video, I thought there were black people in the background, but it's white people.
Maybe that's a black guy with white face.
My mind filled it up because his date to the party, or whoever she was, I thought he was like at like a hip hop black club. They're all hanging out, and that he was like the token
Damn, your mind
guy.
did a lot of fucking filling in the blanks.
I thought he was a token white guy, like the Eminem of the group between D12. You know what I mean? Like so, yeah. Filled in the blanks there.
He ends up saying, or someone else commented, there is a difference between announcing just so your political opponents don't out you and apologizing for having the wrong beliefs in the past.
You know what else they should be announcing? That you guys need to be subscribing right now. Don't forget.
You know, it's funny, like, that's what happens when you clearly don't have any people of color on your staff. Like, that was probably some white kid being like, we should air out your laundry so you don't get canceled, Dad. And he's like, you're right. Let me write this speech up, and then no one checks it.
And it's so funny because it's low budget and local as hell. So the way that it's done, by the way, for a local commercial, that was like filmed pretty well.
But that's how all the political commercials are. Like a Trump commercial came on TV the other day, and it was done like that too.
Yeah, so it's high quality for a local cop, but it's just hilarious because the writing and shit is all bad too.
And you know he picked that one picture where he's posing with a black woman to be like, see?
Yeah,
she thought it was funny. Absolutely. It's not that bad, because if it was him with a bunch of white people would have been coming with pitchforks.
I thought
maybe that's why he didn't blur her face out.
To be like, find her, ask her what she thinks.
Rachel's cool with it.
Then there was like, what prince was it that was dressed as like Hitler at a party?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, there was like one of the...
It was Henry, the orange-haired one.
Yeah, one of the orange-haired ones.
Yeah, Prince. The one that just got married to Meghan Markle.
Harry?
Yeah.
Harry.
Do you guys feel that 10 years is a long time?
Yeah.
Because when I think about 10 years, I'm like, I don't even think he should have to preemptively come out. And if people do come out with it, it's like times do change. Like, it kind of sucks that people have to come out instead of actually like vote for me because this is what I believe in. It seems like the trend now is vote for me because I'm not like this anymore.
No, so he was saying, the rest of the ad, he was saying like, vote for me because I believe in honesty and being upfront, and so this is why I'm showing you my dirty laundry right now, because if you vote for me to become sheriff, like, you can know that I will be honest with you and be completely transparent. So he is tying it back to his campaign.
That is interesting because you think about like the Kevin Hart situation, right? And it's like
there's so many things right now. It's like that.
Oh, you're gay in high school, right? Like I'm guilty of that. And I'm fucking queer. Like I was saying that because you're not in an environment where you're seeing people that are like that. It wasn't as safe to be out. Like
yeah, there's got to be a limit of like. What do you call it? Like
statute of limitations.
Like for after committing a crime, right?
And especially the age, right? Like I think he's got less leeway because he's an adult and should know better in that situation. But when you're in your teens and your brain isn't all the way developed.
Kind of like the recent story with the guy that he ends up raising all this money because he wanted some beer fund, but then all these and then it ended up going to a children's hospital, but then that reporter comes out and says, well, did you know he tweeted out some really dumb shit back when he was 16, and then all the backlash.
I understand that one, but I guess for the politician, that was kind of a big thing for me because I wouldn't want to vote for someone that's racist, and since I don't know his history and I don't know his story, if that does come up, I'm like, wow, we should talk about that.
But if something comes up with a date, I'm like, oh, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it comes with a date, you know?
I feel like when it comes to racism,
but
though.
Today, I think that no matter what, it could be 60 years ago, people are getting fucked left and right. Because there was that other politician too that like took a photo with a Klansman or something.
Yeah. Justin Trudeau, like America's sweetheart of Canada, did blackface, and it just came out, and it was like a story for 24 hours, and then got swept under the rug.
Yeah, because this guy's making a decision for hundreds and thousands of people. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like this should be a conversation.
But that's why I also feel like instead of being defensive about it, where like if he goes, run for me, I'm sheriff because I've done this, and if his resume shows that he is accepting and he supports diversity and all the stuff that he does,
Right.
I think that should be
That's
the
fine.
focus. Don't come out defensive. And I don't think that we should even, as a community, I don't think we should focus on that.
And you don't have receipts to back up how you've changed. Because I think you're right. It's like maybe a person who was able to change their mind and get out of their comfort zone and be like, oh, you know what? I do need to understand Black Lives Matter. I do need to understand like how people are othered in my town, and like look what I've done politically to help. It's like, but you can't.
You needed to be his writer.
Like this guy did it.
Here's a picture of me doing blackface. I was a drug kingpin. Now I got a baby. And it's like, there's no connection. But if he did, I fucked up here. But I've spent this many years policing the black community, and I did this and I did that, and like I do a community service there.
No receipts.
That's like, that's very different.
Yeah.
Well, he did talk about his like career, but yeah, he didn't talk about like how
He thought he was doing something. Look at him being like, you guys, I've got it.
He thought this was groundbreaking. An honest politician.
Look at me go.
They gotta vote for him.
Look at it, just biting him in the butt.
That's true, because we're not left with the resolve. It's almost like, I used to be a part of the Klan. Now I have a baby, and I'll be honest with you. And it's like, so?
Yeah. Like now we know you're
Are you still a part of the Klan? Like, what else is there going on, bro? Like, do you still hang out with them?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of support in his thing too, but obviously way more backlash because now he took it down. But there were people saying like, you got my vote.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
We're like kind of racist now, which is like most of America. It's like, I'm cool that I have black friends, but like that's about as far as I'll take it.
In his defense, though, can we see what the drug trafficker looks like? Because maybe he did a really good job.
No, I think he was just going as generic drug trafficker.
No, he did name him.
Oh, he did name him?
The Demetrius Big Meech Flannery.
Can we look him up?
Because what if they were like, you look like the white version of him?
Yeah. And then like if you just had like a darker skin
so funny. They look exactly the same.
Because if he did,
funny.
then
I think that's the problem, is people don't know like inside jokes, and things can go outside.
So should we not take pictures anymore? Don't document shit? Just in case. You don't know where you're gonna be in 10 years?
because to me, if he looks just like that guy, and if his friends did tell him you should do it, then to me, I'm just like, this guy has a really good sense of humor. I don't see him as being racist.
Is it like when
I don't know if you have that voice to say that. That's not your group.
is that?
Is it like when what's his face from
Alpha
SNL
Cat?
plays
Or
Obama? No. Fred, what's his name?
Armisen?
Armisen, yeah, when he plays
He doesn't
Obama.
look like him or sound
This
like
is
him.
him. This, and then
That looks like Method Man.
No.
there's another,
No, it doesn't really look like him.
The caucasity of that bitch.
Caucasity?
It's from Twitter.